I think one of the saddest things that can happen to women in motherhood is forgetting what joy feels like outside the responsibilities. You become so focused on surviving, managing, taking care of everyone that slowly life becomes a list of obligation. Wake up, handle tasks, solve problem, and then repeat. Eventually, many women stop asking themselves this question: what actually makes me feel alive? Not productive, not useful, but alive. I'm Chioma, your host of the Confident Mom series. Because motherhood can unintentionally teach women to disconnect from pressure, creativity, rest, and playfulness, and then everything starts revolving around responsibility. While responsibility is part of adulthood, you were not created to always survive. You were created to experience life too. Joy matters, not shallow distraction, but real joy. Moments where you feel connected to yourself again. Moments where you laugh deeply. Moments where you create fully. Moments where you rest fully. Moments where you feel emotionally present. Because many women feel guilty prioritizing joy. And that is because along the line, women were taught that self-sacrifice equals love. But depression is not proof of love. You don't have to disappear in order to be a good mother. In fact, children benefit more seeing joyful mothers, not perfect ones, but alive ones. Mothers who still laugh, mothers who still dream, mothers who still feel connected to themselves, mothers who still dance in the kitchen sometimes. Because joy regulates the nervous system. It softens survival mode and it reminds the body that life is not all about pressure. Maybe rediscovering joy starts with very small moments. A music you love, a sunlight on your skin, a slow cup of coffee, a moment of silence, a hobby you abandoned years ago, a conversation that nourishes you emotionally. Joy often returns quietly before it can return loudly. Maybe healing at this moment is allowing yourself to receive goodness without feeling guilty for it. Because motherhood should not cost you your aliveness. You deserve to feel deeply connected to life too. See you in our next video. Love you.